What else do you have in your stable of vehicles?
Well, right now I don't have a lot. I have the Lucid. I have my favorite car, I have to say, is Chevy Volt. I've had 3 of them now, and they're just it's so sad that they stopped manufacturing them because they're terrific cars. But I do understand that it cost them more to make them than they sold them for. So
right.
But they're just great cars.
You can appreciate that
Yeah,
consideration.
I do appreciate that. But they're just great cars. I have sitting one out here. I drive it to work every day.
Yeah.
And I'm sad that I can't buy another one because this one's 3 years old now, 4 years old now. And I have the Lucid Air, my number 123, I think.
Okay.
Of the Lucid Airs.
It's a total screamer.
It is very fast.
You can't hear it, but it's a screamer.
It is,
right.
It goes very fast. It feels like it's going to do a wheelie if you hit the accelerator too hard. And then I drive an old G-Wagon occasionally too.
Wonderful.
So, but I'm waiting on a Z06 right now. I have my order in.
Right.
And waiting on that. So.
Right. Well, another heck of a great ride.
Yeah.
You knew Carroll Shelby, right?
Yes,
the legendary
very well.
Carroll Shelby.
Very well.
Tell
yes.
me about him.
Carroll, boy, I knew Carroll. I think Carroll died in 2012 or so. I knew him for about 10 or 12 years before that. We would have lunch at Bel Air Country Club, where he held court a lot, and I'd have lunch with him quite a bit there. And he was just a very entertaining guy. And I've owned and driven most of his cars, including a Series 1.
Wow.
I had a legendary car. I'll tell you a story about that in a moment. But my favorite of his cars was I had a 68 500 GT500 convertible, marina blue with a white top, which is a beautiful car and lovely car, and it goes straight really well. It doesn't turn or stop so well. And Carroll was fine with that, by the way. He said, I just have to get them go fast. I don't care if they go around the corner or not. But
he loves straight line acceleration.
He loves straight line horsepower.
Yeah.
That was it. But the Series 1 was really the only car he built from the ground up. And it had that Oldsmobile engine in it, the 6-cylinder engine. And he made a few cars with a supercharger in it. The original, the non-supercharged engine was about 400 horsepower, so he had it tuned up pretty well. The supercharger was more. And when I mentioned to him I had this car, he said, I bought it at a Barrett-Jackson auction, as a matter of fact. When I mentioned to him that I had this car, he said, let me have it. I want to put a supercharger on. I have all these parts left over from when I was building the car at his, he had this facility down in Carson. And I said, how long will it take? He said, I'll be quick. All the parts are there. So it takes I bring the car down. And this warehouse he had was stocked with amazing cars. Lots of Cobras, everything you could imagine, some Woodies. I mean, probably 100 cars in the place, just amazing cars. So I dropped the car off to the mechanic that he says is going to do this, and he says, okay, fine, takes the car. So about a month later, I called Carroll. Hey, Carroll, how's the car going? He says, oh, let me check with, I think the guy's name was Joe. Let me check with Joe, see how it's going. And he says, oh, he's still working on it. So another month goes by, 6 months or now have gone by. And I go down to see Joe. I said, how's it going? And he said, we have to fabricate every part that we're putting into this because there were no parts left over. I said, well, Carroll told me he had all these parts left over. So it took him like 8 months to do the thing. I have a picture of Carroll and myself in front of the car. I can show you.
Wonderful.
But finally, the car is done. So I go to pick it up, and it's a rainy day, and the car now has like 700 horsepower, and it weighs about, 2,200 pounds. And it was scary to drive.
How'd you get it home?
It was scary to drive.
Carroll was a character.
Yeah, that's for sure. I sold it out of Barrett-Jackson, actually.
You did,
yeah.
yeah.